and welcome everyone to Books with Sakshi. I hope you all are doing great and reading a lot of great books. In today's video, I'm going to talk about this book, Evil Eye by Etaf Rum, which I read recently, and this is also her recent release after A Woman Is No Man. I have already read A Woman Is No Man. I do not remember whether I have reviewed that book on my channel or not, but I really loved that book, and as soon as I read that book, I just knew that I had to read other books by Etaf Rum. So by that time, I guess there were no other books, and so this, when it came out, I just knew that I had to read it, and this was so good. I would say better than A Woman Is No Man. It was so good. I just found it so relatable. Like, I somehow found myself in the main character. I was so much reflecting within myself while I was reading it, as this book talks about mental health of women, and all the trauma they are actually subjected to, and how it can manifest into different ways, and how they feel, how they cope with certain things. So this is a story of a woman named Yara. She is originally, like, her roots are in Palestine, but her ancestors got shifted to America, and that's where she was born. And it's her struggle as a woman, as a mother, as a daughter, to just survive. She is very passionate about teaching because this is something which keeps her busy. She's a married woman with two daughters, and she likes to keep her busy so that she does not think about what is wrong with her, what is actually kind of eating her from the inside, and anything that just gives her trauma. But as soon as the story progresses, things start getting worse for Yara, because even though her husband was so supportive in the beginning, he still has that kind of mentality, that there's nothing wrong with Yara, and she's just overreacting, she's being too dramatic, and she's not grateful for whatever she has as privileges and stuff. So it really affects the mental health of Yara, and she seeks counseling for that, and it really allows her to open up. But it's not very easy, considering the background you come from, and how mental health is still a taboo there. So all those things are there, and Yara is like really struggling from inside, because she has a lot of things bottled up inside, but she cannot tell anyone just that. You also have certain boundaries and layers to your pain, your trauma, and you just do not remove them instantly. So as she starts with her therapy, she is totally exposed to all the trauma she have had in her childhood because of her family, and because of how abusive and dysfunctional her family was, and how it affected her as a child, and now how she sees herself, how she blames herself, how she thinks that she's at fault for everything which went wrong. So there are a lot of dilemmas, there are a lot of guilt, regrets in Yara, which you will find. And when I was reading it, I just felt so connected with Yara's character, because somehow I found myself relating to her. Somehow I just felt what she was feeling, and this is the reason why I really loved this book. And a lot of things happened, and this is more of a character driven story than the plot driven story. And a lot of things happen, there are a lot of reflections, lot of thought provoking events will come, and I just loved it. As a woman, I loved it. I found it so relatable, and I connected with it on a different level, I would say. So if you're someone who likes to read something like this, something about how childhood trauma can be passed down to you and to your future generation as well, and how it can just ruin lives, and how to detect it, how to deal with it, and just remove it completely, all those discussions are going to be there in this book. I just loved it. You know, in words I simply cannot describe how much I loved it. I loved it so much, and I highly recommend it to every woman who is watching this video. Men can also read it, it's their choice, but I feel as a woman I related with it a lot, because there are a lot of stereotyping. You know, there is this patriarchy running in the family. You know, women should do this, women should do that, and you know, they are supposed to be like this, that, and they should remain quiet, and they should do this, that. So all those kind of things, I feel women will more likely to relate than men. But everyone is open to read this book, but just, you know, read this book. It's so good, and after reading this book I just will say that I'm going to read everything, anything that Etaf Rum has to write. I just loved it so much. So this is it, this is my review of this book. And if you have read this already, do share your opinion and your views in the comment section below. If you're planning to read this, do let me know. And if you have read her earlier work, A Woman Is No Man, do let me know how you found that book. I love that book so much as well, but I love this more. So do share your views and opinions in the comment section below. And if there are any feedbacks or any, you know, thoughts regarding my videos on my channel, consider yourself free to drop them in the comment section as well. I would love to read them if there are any. I'll see you in the upcoming videos. Until next time, take care and keep reading.